Some recordings lie, some echo forever. That's the chilling premise behind Man Finds Tape, a 2025 horror mystery thriller, directed and written by the duo Paul Gandersman and Peter S. Hall. At just 84 minutes, this film carves a compact, unnerving niche in the modern genre landscape, pulling viewers into a small-town Texas setting where a brother and sister's investigation of strange video clips unravels something far more sinister. Gandersman and Hall's collaboration here signals a tightly wound narrative that balances mystery and horror, blending the creeping dread of found footage with a thriller's pulse. This is a film that demands close attention to how it uses its visual medium to build tension, and it's exactly that craft we're cutting into today. The film's premise is straightforward but effective. Two siblings drawn together by a series of inexplicable videos uncover a secret that's overtaking their community. It's a classic setup that fits neatly within the horror-mystery-thriller hybrid, a genre space that thrives on escalating unease and unanswered questions. Released at a time when streaming platforms dominate, Man Finds Tape fits the current appetite for tightly paced, genre-bending stories that don't overstay their welcome. It doesn't appear to be part of a franchise or sequel, which allows it to stand on its own merits. Within the crowded field of contemporary horror, it situates itself alongside other intimate, character-driven investigations into supernatural or psychological terrors, rather than big-budget spectacle. When it comes to direction, Gandersman and Hall bring a focused, restrained style that favors atmospheric storytelling over flashy gimmicks. Their framing leans into the claustrophobia of small-town life, using tight compositions and muted color palettes to evoke a sense of encroaching dread. The camera work likely shifts between handheld to capture the raw immediacy of the discovered tapes and steady, composed shots that emphasize the eerie stillness of the town. Editing rhythm appears deliberate, measured enough to let tension simmer, but punctuated with quick cuts or unsettling imagery when the mystery intensifies. This balance is crucial for the horror thriller tone, where pacing can make or break the sense of immersion. The film's visual style probably plays with light and shadow to underscore the mystery. Naturalistic lighting paired with moments of stark contrast hints at the unseen horrors beneath the surface. The director's known ability to handle genre material with subtlety suggests the film avoids cheap jump scares, opting instead for a slow-building dread that creeps into the frame through lingering shots and unsettling visual motifs. The interplay of the found footage elements with the film's narrative footage likely creates a layered texture, where the tape recordings themselves become a visual character, blurring the line between reality and the supernatural. On the performance front, William Magnuson and John Golson lead the cast as the brother and sister duo, supported by a solid ensemble including Brian Villalobos and Nell Kessler. Magnuson's previous work often conveys a grounded intensity, perfect for a character drawn into forces beyond his understanding. Golson's experience in emotionally complex roles suggests the sibling dynamic will carry genuine weight. The supporting cast, featuring names like Kelsey Probilski and Graham Skipper, adds depth. Skipper's background in indie horror bodes well for nuanced, layered performances. This ensemble is likely to create believable chemistry, essential for anchoring the film's escalating mystery in relatable human stakes. Early reactions have noted the cast's ability to elevate the familiar found footage and small-town horror tropes with authentic emotional beats. The sibling relationship at the core seems poised to deliver a compelling emotional through-line, which is often the difference between a forgettable genre exercise and a memorable thriller. Given the film's lean runtime, performances are probably efficient and purposeful, avoiding excess in favor of building a palpable tension that carries through the narrative. Writing-wise, Gandersman and Hall craft a narrative that appears to weave together mystery and horror through a tight structure focused on discovery and revelation. The film likely unfolds through a series of escalating clues found in the tapes, building toward an unsettling truth about the town. Themes of community secrets, the reliability of memory, and the power of recorded images are probably central, given the premise. This approach suggests a story that's as much about what's unseen or unspoken as what's captured on tape, inviting viewers to question the nature of reality and perception. The script's economy, at just 84 minutes, implies a tight, focused plot, no loose threads or unnecessary side plots. The tension probably arises not just from supernatural elements, but from the human reactions to these discoveries. The film seems to explore fear both as an external threat and an internal psychological state, playing with the idea that some truths, once uncovered, echo indefinitely. This approach aligns with the film's thematic interest in recordings that don't just preserve moments, but distort and haunt them. While Man Finds Tape stands apart as an original story, it fits within a lineage of horror mystery films that blend found footage with investigative narratives. Comparisons might be drawn to films like The Blair Witch Project or Sinister, where tapes serve as both clues and catalysts for terror. Unlike big franchise horror, this film seems to prioritize atmosphere and character over spectacle. It also diverges from typical mystery thrillers by embedding its story deeply in a small-town setting, adding a layer of social texture to the unfolding horror. Audience expectations here likely revolve around a balance between slow-burning tension and moments of chilling revelation, rather than non-stop scares or plot twists. The film's success depends on its ability to sustain mystery without resorting to overused cliches. For viewers drawn to horror that leans into mood and psychological unease, this is a promising entry. Fans of character-driven thrillers with a supernatural edge will find familiar territory, but the film's compact runtime and focused story help it avoid the bloat that can plague similar genre attempts. So, who is Man Finds Tape for? This film will appeal to viewers who appreciate horror that's cerebral and atmospheric, rather than purely visceral. Fans of tightly woven mysteries with a supernatural twist should find plenty to engage with here. However, those expecting fast-paced action or heavy-handed scares might find the film's measured approach less satisfying. The cast's strong performances and the director's clear vision elevate the material, but the film's niche tone means it's best suited for an audience willing to lean into ambiguity and slow revelation. Overall, Man Finds Tape offers a compact, well-crafted horror mystery that's worth seeking out for genre fans who favor subtlety and psychological depth. Its strengths lie in its disciplined pacing, atmospheric visuals, and committed performances, creating a haunting experience that lingers beyond its brief runtime. The film's potential weaknesses might be its reliance on familiar genre conventions and a story that demands patience from its audience. Still, for those invested in a slow-burning, unsettling investigation into the power of recorded images, this is a film that delivers. To close, Man Finds Tape reminds us that some recordings don't just capture moments, they trap us in them, echoing forever in the spaces we least expect. If you're intrigued by horror that unfolds through memory, mystery, and the eerie stillness of a small town, this one's worth your time. Thanks for watching Cut to Reel. Stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next deep dive. Thanks for watching Cut to Reel. I'll see you next time for another look beneath the surface of cinema's best.